Hey YouTube, RDAP Dan here. Hope you guys are having a fantastic week. This video is going to be different than any other video I have made so far. So make sure you hang out to the end of this video because there's something very important that you're going to need to know. Now, we're going to call this RDAP Dan 2.0. Why are we going to call this RDAP Dan 2.0? Because we're taking it to the next level, guys. We are bumping this up. There are people out there that need help, and not everybody can afford a prison consultant or a prison coach. Not everybody has $5,000 to $10,000. Fair enough to say, I would think, correct? I know most of you are agreeing with me on that one. All right, so at the end of this video, I am going to explain to you how you can qualify for RDAP Dan 2.0. We're going to call this project sponsorship. So you guys all know the reason I started doing these videos. It was for the simple reason that I know there are so many people that are in the same situation as me that are getting ready to go into federal prison, and you're afraid, you're anxious, you don't really know what to expect. You can't imagine what prison is like other than what you see on TV and what people tell you. Most of you are probably going to either a camp or low security. Maybe a couple of you are going to mediums, and you're all confused and terrified of what that means. How do you talk to your family? All of these things. And the logical next step, other than watching these videos for a lot of you, is to have somebody hold your hand and you hire a prison coach or prison consultant and you spend that $5,000 to $10,000. That's the next logical step. Not everybody has the ability to do that. And I was one of those people that did not have the ability to do that. I could not have paid it if I wanted to. Even though half of the prison coaches and consultants I spoke to sounded kind of shady to the point where it made me feel like if I didn't hire them, I was going to have an extremely rough time and potentially go to a scarier prison. So I do get that there's a lot of guys out there that are using scare tactics and fear to get you to want to use their services. I hope these videos provide some comfort and some information so most of you know that's not the case. That just because you can't hire a prison coach or a prison consultant doesn't necessarily mean you're not going to reap any of the benefits of what there is to be offered going through federal prison, whether it be RDAP or additional halfway house time. A lot of it is how hard are you willing to work, but I know for a lot of you there's just stuff that you just need help with. You need help with the letters, you don't know really what the judge wants to read. Maybe you draw blanks and you need some tips and some ideas. That's what we're here for, not to mention the coaching part of it. When you're feeling stressed and you're feeling freaked out and you need to pick up the phone and talk to somebody that can kind of relate to you and is going to tell you what you need to hear, not necessarily what you want to hear, that's also a big part of what we do as prison coaches and prison consultants, at least for what I do. Now, I started making these videos, guys, because, and they started actually before I even went to federal prison. I just felt like nobody gets it, nobody understands. I need to find an outlet to vent. So I picked up my webcam and started talking to YouTube and threw up a video, not really ever expecting it to go anywhere or even that more than 15 or 20 people would ever see it. I had no idea that there was such a large amount of people that were A, getting ready to go to federal prison, and B, that they actually go to YouTube to look up videos. I had no idea. I didn't really find any myself. So kudos to you guys that are out there doing your homework and doing your due diligence and trying to find out as much information as you can, because information is power, and as G.I. Joe says, knowing is half the battle. So now I have a lot of viewers that watch my videos that aren't necessarily going to federal prison, but they're very, very interested in what I do, and they think it's a cool concept to be putting all this information out there and doing it from a point where I realize that this is information that's valuable, that other people would prefer you to call them up over the phone, and if you hire them, then they give you the information. But I like to give this information out because I realize there's so many of you that can't afford it, and I still know there's plenty of you that are going to call that need the additional help other than these videos, and those of you are the ones that become my clients. But for those of you that can't afford $5,000 to $10,000, what do we do about you guys? Do we just tell you to kick rocks Do we tell you sorry, go watch another video? Or do we find a way to help you guys? So what I've done is I've been given donations from people that watch my videos that don't need any services. They just think it's cool and they want to support the cause. So RDAP Dan 2.0 project sponsor, what we're going to do is we're going to take those donations and we are going to allow you to become a client, and it's either going to be a partial or a full scholarship for you. That's going to give you all the same services, just as if you were an actual paying client. It's going to give you all the same services, to personal narratives, to character reference letters, helping you prepare these, helping you prepare for your first couple of days of prison, things that you need to do, RDAP preparation, how to get through RDAP, giving you a coaching lifeline while you're in RDAP, when you're having those days where you're distressed and you feel like this program is too much, I can't make it, I want to quit, I'm going to get kicked out. Who do I talk to? You pick up the phone and now you've got a prison coach that's going to talk you off the ledge, going to bring you back down to reality and get your mind back in the game to realize why you started this to begin with. It's also going to help you get additional halfway house, prepare you for additional halfway house, give you an active plan while you're in prison of what you can be doing to maximize your time to try to have access to additional halfway house. All of these benefits are what everybody should have access to, not for those only that can afford to pay it. So, how are we going to give this back, and how are we going to decide who needs the help? Now that you've watched the whole video, and thank you for that, make sure you also subscribe, like my video, share my video, check me out on all my social media, Instagram, Facebook, all of those places, just under RDAP Dan. In the description of this video, there is a link. And in that link is basically, it's a questionnaire. It's going to ask you some basic information about yourself, but then there's a description section where it's going to ask for details as to why you think you should qualify for RDAP Dan's 2.0 scholarship program. Go into detail about why you need help, why we should pick you, because obviously there are limited funds. We can't help everybody at the same time, but we are going to do what we can to help as many people per month. In case you guys can't tell, I actually enjoy doing these videos. I enjoy talking to you guys. I love reading the feedback. I love the comments. I love the emails, even the crazy ones where you guys tell me that I'm screaming at the camera or you can't hear me because the wind is too crazy. I love it all. Whether you hate me or love me, I love the fact that you're checking my videos out, and it's therapeutic for me. It's a constant reminder of what I went through to get to where I am now. And without you guys, and without the support, and without the viewers, and without the subscribers, and without the awesome comments, there would be no point for none of this. And if my whole motto is community as method, and I'm not doing something to help those of you that need more than just these videos, then I'm no better than the next guy. So with that said, I'm RDAP Dan. Like my video, share my video, check out the link in the description, make sure you fill it out. RDAP Dan. Take care, guys.